Hello and welcome. You're watching The Winning Post, powered by the Serum Institute of India in association with Delton Casinos. The centre of racing action this week was the picturesque Pune racecourse, where we had the Southern Command Gold Trophy. But before that, a quick trip to Singapore and the running of the Causeway Classic Stakes. The Kranji Turf Club in Singapore played host to the Causeway Classic Stakes on the 14th of August, where 7 racehorses entered the parade ring to put in their bid for this 1,800-metre contest run on the poly track. Schnitzel Spirit had 5 wins in 12 starts, including one from when he ran last time out just 12 days before this race. Trained by Michael Friedman and with talented jockey Cliff Brown astride, this 4-year-old chestnut gelding would be a daunting challenge to the rest of the field. However, the favourite, by a slim margin, was Cheetah on Fire, saddled by Bruce Marsh and ridden by Alan Munro. Couptado from Patrick Shaw's yard was Baron Voster's mount and yet to win a race in 2015.
Now they're off. Couptado was a little bit...
When the starter sent him away, it was One Raw that went to the lead, with Kennedy riding him.
Strain back. Schnitzel Spirit going up on the outside and in fact working across, so they're very compact as they run down in front of the big screen here for the first time, and One Raw led it over Schnitzel Spirit up on the outside. Couptado went through to third, in fact trying to slot across, then Goliath, Alpha Centauri and Cheetah on Fire went back to the rear, but still very compact as they leave the stretch. 1,400 metres out, a shade under, and One Raw shows the way in the Causeway Classic, leading over Schnitzel Spirit up on the outside in second. Couptado dropped across to the fence in third position from In Fact, who's got in to be a one-off and with a bit of cover now. Alpha Centauri hasn't got that luxury. It's caught out 3 wide from next of all Goliath and 2 lengths away to Cheetah on Fire at the rear. They race their way down the back and One Raw shows the way inside the 1,000 metres, and One Raw is the leader, out by a length and a half now over Schnitzel Spirit in second. Couptado with the blue sleeves and cap over on the fence from In Fact. Next of all, Alpha Centauri just being ridden up a little. The outside of Goliath, who's trying to work off the other fence, and joining it on the outside is Cheetah on Fire. Down the side they come. One Raw is the leader. The Chargers come after it now, but it should have a little kick. One Raw. It's joined by Schnitzel Spirit over on the outside. In Fact goes up 3 wide. Alpha Centauri goes up 4 deep from Goliath. Cheetah on Fire. Couptado a little flat-footed when the sprint went on. It's In Fact going after Schnitzel Spirit. One Raw over on the inside, battling away okay from Alpha Centauri. Cheetah on Fire down the outside, then Couptado and Goliath, but Schnitzel Spirit is the leader. After it is In Fact on the outside. Schnitzel Spirit with the lightweight on his back, pulling out plenty, trying to get there In Fact, but Schnitzel Spirit is going to be too good. Schnitzel Spirit over a fast finishing Couptado who flew.
He's just so tough, you know. He tries his heart out every time and just keeps on improving as well. So he did a really good job today. Bit tricky from the draw, you know, 6 of 7, and we weren't really sure what the speed was going to be. So, but Corey gave him a good tactical ride, and you know, he's really genuine when he gets under pressure. Off of that performance, you know, he seemed to stay really well. There's no real plans with him, and we're just looking for tonight to see if we would run out the trip, you know. So happy that he's done that, and look on to bigger and better things.
Probably feel like I look at the moment, Matt. I only had sort of the week's notice. I thought he may have got into the race with 50 and a half, where I could have rode him not only half a kilo more, but it makes a difference with me. Because Step It Up was in the race, obviously the field stretched out a little bit more. But look, he's really here to straps this horse. He, early days when I was running second and third on him, he was sort of given up at the 50, and I thought he was giving up, but after I won on him last time out, I said to Mike, I said, he's just not brilliant, he's tough, he keeps coming, but I had him down as giving up. But tonight, with no weight on his back, had nothing to do until about the 700, and then they started to come, so I just let him roll around the top of the straight and kicked off the turn and held on to him to about the 200 to really release him. And tonight, with no weight on his back, he actually accelerated really, really good, but probably exaggerated a bit because he only had 51 on his back. But look, he's going forward. He's a consistent horse. You only got to look at his form. He's only finished out of the money a couple of times, and he's really consistent, and I love riding him. It's the law of averages, Matt. You keep going around, you're bound to get them. But no, I'm just happy with all the stables I'm riding for at the moment. They're all going great guns, especially the Freeman camp, and it's got some young, nice horses coming through and some older horses that have actually improved on what they've been doing. So, like I said, good place, right time.
Schnitzel Spirit is by Schnitzel out of Gifted Spirit and owned by the Three Kings to Win stable. With this win, Schnitzel Spirit took his earnings to well over 300,000 Singapore dollars.
For the presentation after the running of the Causeway Classic Stakes of 2015, won brilliantly by the up-and-coming galloper Schnitzel Spirit. We welcome up on stage from the Singapore Turf Club committee member Mr. Fong Hang Bu, senior racing steward Mr. Michael Chiok and racing steward Mr. Giri Mudalir. Now I'd like to invite Mr. Fong Hang Bu to present the prizes for the Causeway Classic Stakes to the winning owner, and representing Three Kings to Win stable, James Peters. Well done to the Three Kings to Win stable, and James Peters doing a terrific job. He's going to go home with a few of these because Michael Freeman's off sick, and James Peters, the assistant trainer, will receive another trophy. So well done to Michael. And the winning jockey, who's done a terrific job to get down to the weight, Corey Brown. Flying along, Corey, and there's hopes that he might get up to 100 wins this year. Still a fair way off, but the way he's going at the moment, a good chance. So well done to Schnitzel Spirit taking out the Causeway Classic Stakes. Well done to Freeman, Corey Brown and the Three Kings to Win team, with Schnitzel Spirit taking out the Causeway Classic Stakes.
Time now for us to slip into a quick break here on the Winning Post. On the other side, an insight into why horses get lame and how they recover. Stay with us. Thank you for staying with us here on the Winning Post, powered by the Serum Institute of India in association with Delton Casinos. Staying with Singapore, the Turf Club in the island city boasts of world-class veterinarian facilities with specialized doctors and a large support staff. One of the key specialists here is Dr. Curry Cohn, who is considered an authority on equine orthopedics. Equine athletes are subject to very high stress levels that often cause injury and lameness. The use of X-rays and radiology in diagnostics has always been important to ensure the extent of injury and recovery are precise. Dr. Curry from the Singapore Turf Club explains.
So X-rays taken nowadays are digital. You have DR and you have CR. And DR is digital radiology, that's direct. And so you take the X-ray, the image appears on the screen directly from the plate. And CR is computed radiology. So when you take the X-ray, it computes an X-ray. And this one is CR. So there's a sensitive screen in here. You take the X-ray, it's stored in this cassette. And then we take it out and put it in this other machine. And when we do that, it will produce the image and store it on that screen. So we put it in here. This cassette goes in. It opens up, a laser reads the image and then stores it and erases it. That's old technology. Now the DR technology, we have an X-ray in 7 seconds. We take the X-ray, we see it on the screen in 7 seconds, and then you're ready to take your next one. So this one, you take however many plates you have, you're taking them in to read them. That machine, the DXG, will develop 7 plates at a time, but still that's about 7 minutes. You know, if you think about doing 15 X-rays in 7 seconds instead of in 20 minutes, it's much more efficient. Plus, I like the quality of the DR better than the CR. I like the image. You can see it. If it's not what you want, you just take it again. So we'll go in and take a look at the DR now.
Technology in radiology is in fact changing rapidly, and today's hardware provides not just better results, but results in near real time as well.
Image is taken, and then there's the quality is better than this on average, but this horse has a bandage and a special boot on his leg, so the image doesn't look as great, but it's a very good image. So this image is taken in about 7 seconds, and to get this image, we use the same generator. And we have a plate that against the horse. The problem is connected to an umbilical cord. So working around the horse can be tricky with this long cord. You don't want them to step on it. You don't want them to trip on it. So you put this wherever you want. You take your X-ray. and then the image appears right there, and you say, yes, that image is good enough quality. I will proceed to the next of the series. So the cumbersome part is dragging around these umbilical cords. The newest DR has a wireless plate, and the plate is smaller actually. And so instead of having an umbilical cord, you just have a plate you put like that. And you have the convenience of the image showing up immediately. So we have one of those on its way. It's called the Leonardo system. And that system is very quick. So you don't have an umbilical cord. The other benefit now, the generators that we use, this is the generator that we use most often. It's got electricity going to it. Today everything is run off batteries. Even our new generator that we're going to get this year, we ordered, is about that big and can take 600 x-rays without charge, just on one battery. So you can walk into the stable with your generator and your plate and do all the x-rays you need to without having all these things in the way, which is good when you're dealing with horses. Sometimes they're scared, especially when they're injured. You know, it can be tricky to get a good image with things buzzing and moving around them and cords everywhere.
Dr. Curry is part of the team at the Singapore Turf Club that is responsible for every horse in training. Hardware becomes critical for efficiency.
Okay, so one of the things about racing and any high-level sport for people, for animals, is that you overtrain them. In order to become a super athlete, you have to work harder than the average person, and that's why human athletes and horse athletes all get more problems with arthritis and tendon ligament injury. So if you overtrain them and you over-race them, then the bone doesn't have enough time to really heal. The tendon doesn't have enough time to heal. So our bodies are in a condition of homeostasis. We're always trying to keep everything healed nicely. If you get the anabolic effect is less than the catabolic, which is the breakdown effect, is not as strong as the rebuilding effect, then you're not going to have strong enough tissue. How do you know that? It's really tricky because some horses will break, they'll break their tissue down faster than others and repair it faster. So everybody tries to train their horses just to the right amount and race them the right amount. And they utilize the vet's experience to try to tell them, this is a bit of an injury, so you got to rest them. You can work through pain. You should rest when you have injury. So what the trick is balancing the two. Now, you get breakdown of cartilage, you get breakdown or overtraining, the bone gets too hard in around the joints. That's called subchondral sclerosis. And the bone actually is like a sponge at the end of the bones. It does compress under weight loading conditions. If it becomes hard and you have a soft cartilage over the top of it, then that cartilage starts to break down, which leads to osteoarthritis. Osteoarthritis is probably the biggest cause of retirement in racehorses and humans.
A fascinating journey into what transpires when a horse gets injured. So time now for a quick break here on The Winning Post. We'll be right back with all the racing action from Pune. Stay with us.
Gates are back, they're racing in the Chairman's, and Accomplished came away quickly. 20 metres to go, Accomplished narrowly over Ideal Guide. Flax down the outside, but Step It Up, shot through to the front. Wild Geese running a good race, one run not far away. Step It Up just in front. He's a grand campaigner and he adds another Group 2 to his race.
Thank you for staying with us, and time now to head to the Pune track, which is in the thick of its racing season. Last weekend, the RWITC hosted the Southern Command Gold Trophy, a race that traditionally is one of the most prestigious races during the season as it pits members of the classic crop against their more seasoned rivals over the Guineas distance. This year was no different. Eight horses went to the start for this contest over a mile, and Maximus from Malesh Naredu's yard, with the trainer's nephew Suraj Naredu on board, was the toured favourite. Also, with sizable support in the market, were Knight of K, saddled by Pacey Shroff and ridden by DK Ashish, Jack Frost from Vinicius stable, with Neeraj Rawal on board, and Ure from MK Jadhav's yard.
And they're away and racing for the Southern Command Gold Trophy, even dispatched from the gate by all the runners. And as the field settles down, it's a Nure on the near side from Silver Streak, joining up on the outside. Knight of Key in third, hugging the rails. Brooker Jones as they pass the 1400. Up on the outside there, Maximus, then there's Shivalik Storm. Jack Frost second last of all is Strand. They're now at the far end of the track at the 1200. Nure 3/4 of a length ahead of Silver Streak. Settle back in second, not too far away is Brooker Jones. Length and a half away is Knight of Key. Very close behind, half a length on the outside is Maximus. Another 2 1/4 length behind Jack Frost on the outside. Silver Storm with 1,000 to go in the Southern Command Gold Trophy. 3 behind at the back of the field is Trance in the Claret in gold. They're heading towards the 800. Nure length and a quarter in front of Silver Streak. Brooker Jones still in third as they pass the 800. On the outside is Knight of Key. Very close behind is Maximus in the centre. Shivalik Storm is improving. It's on the outside with Jack Frost is improving down in the centre. 2 behind there is Trance as they pass the 600 metre marker and start negotiating the turn. Round the turn and into the street. Nure just in front of Silver Streak. Knight of K beginning to make a forward move in the centre. Shivalik Storm galloping strongly on the outside. After that there is Brooker Jones. Maximus and Jack Frost in the centre, but it's Knight of Key in the centre from Shivalik Storm is the one galloping strongly in second spot. In third there's Silver Streak. Jack Frost is the one coming up with a dazzling run on the stand side. It's all over there. Jack Frost is going to go away from Brooker Jones. Then there's Knight of Key, Shivalik Storm, Trance, Maximus, Silver Streak. Last of all is Nure.
Well, I mean, the race for me started already about 7 days ago. We were so excited and sitting with the trainer, talking with the trainer every day. This is the biggest race that we have run here in Pune, and we haven't won in Pune for 15 years. So this is very, very special, and I thank Vinesh so much and Mark Solomon, the entire team that have looked after this horse. It's just great, and Gina, Tyra, and myself are absolutely delighted to have won this race. I'm still a bit shaky, but it's great. We are very, very, very happy. There is no expectation now. I think this is a dream come true. Now he will keep on running. He's enjoying himself. He's a happy, very happy horse. He likes to work. He comes back, and he's just marvelous. So if he's continue, we wish all the best for him. And I mean, he's going to run, but whatever he does is fine. But he looks, the way he won today was very nice.
Last one for long, he was going like as if something is behind him. You know, like, I feel he's one of the best I've done in my career. You know, going for a mile. I don't know what the trainer has programmed for him, sir, but we are going to hear more glory about this horse in near future. I was a bit sluggish at the start. Up till the straight, I felt like I couldn't make it, but last one furlong, when he saw the daylight, he was away like something is behind him.
Well, that's all we have for you this weekend. But remember, if you've missed anything, you can always log on to our YouTube channel. Also, do follow Mohit Lalwani on Twitter for tips and updates. Goodbye, and until we see you next week, may the horse be with you.